All right, welcome everybody to the Wednesday night chart chat. Very kind of a choppy week in the markets this week. Last couple of weeks, really, a lot of volatility. We got stocks that look like they're about to break out, and the breakouts fail. We get a lot of interesting things happening, but there's also some charts that right now are really kind of building very strong basis for when that breakout does happen. We're going to see some exciting things. So let's Dwight, welcome. Todd, Cole, Visby will be on next week. I'm trying to schedule them for next week. I wanted to get them this week, but we're going to have them next week. They got some really great things happening there. I'm going to look at those charts in a little bit. Andre, Jennifer, welcome back. Sylvain, I think you're new, so welcome. Shafin, as always, I got your. I'm going to get that. Your happy is going to be shipped to Canada. I gotta because it's hard. I think we have to use the post office. The UPS is like it's crazy. Okay, Wesley, Michael, Alex, welcome everybody. I want to kind of jump right into, actually, let me run this little banner over here right now before we get started. A little disclaimer here. That, again, every stock that we discuss here is very risky. Nothing here is a recommendation to buy or sell securities. Read the disclaimers and the link. Most of the companies we're discussing are clients of Wall Street Reporter. So obviously we are not providing an independent opinion. That's all we have to say here. And again, all the opinions it's just the opinions of my opinion. It's not, we're not giving company information. This is not official company discussion. We're not giving out, I don't know, any corporate news or updates or any type of thing like that. So everything on today's live stream is purely a personal opinion, and that's what it is. Michael, welcome back. Open heavens. Dwight, yeah, sometimes it doesn't go. The tide doesn't stay on straight. But we had some great interviews today, actually. VST, we're going to look at that chart. VST, I think, is going to be one of the big winners of this year. Actually, the companies today, what do we have? We had VST. We got Relic. These things are really looking incredible. And then TBP. So I think today's live stream, I think all three of those stocks are positioned for massive upside potential. Again, as my opinion. Let's see. No, FCO, of course, is a cut. Yeah, we got to get FCO back on. I'm just waiting. Probably it's going to be next week. This week is kind of we got a lot of things going on here, which a little bit jammed. But next week we're going to have Visby. We're going to have a bunch of companies on starting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all that other good stuff. Tetra, is that the next 100x? So you know what? Why not? 100x is really would only mean $20. That's not actually no. It would be $18 approximately from when. So that's where we announced it was 18 cents. So yeah, $18. Why not? I mean, it's companies in the biotech space explode like that all the time. That's a little aggressive, but you never know. I mean, look, in the biotech arena, crazy things happen. Relay, you got to watch that interview. Great interview. I think this company is. They're really at that inflection point. They got massive contracts that they're lining up, closing, and we're gonna have some very interesting things happening. So Powell. Yeah. Let's take a look. I'm going to look at this NASDAQ chart, and also I'm going to look at a couple things. I'm going to look at the ARK, ARKK, the ARK ETF, the Cathie Wood stock. So, the NASDAQ, okay, so the Dow, I mean, you can look at the Dow chart. I mean, this thing looks, the Dow Jones, the boomer stocks. I mean, they look great. And the Dow looks like it's going to go right to the moon. However, kind of the innovation sector, the more, the companies that we're focusing on, these like the Teslas of the world, they've been really struggling. I mean, this has been going on for really since what is it? Mid, I'm just looking at this chart right now. So a month now. Yeah, it's exactly a month. So the NASDAQ really peaked a little bit over a month ago. And it's been having some challenges. The last 3 weeks have been very, very choppy. You look like things look like they were breaking out right over here, as I'm pointing out. And it's been kind of not that great. So today's action, the NASDAQ is also, it's not a high, we're not seeing a really strong conviction, is kind of what I'm trying to articulate. I mean, I'm looking at the close-up chart here. This actually does look more bullish. I mean, this actually looks incredibly bullish, but the longer term, so I'm kind of new. I'm neutral to bullish. It's not. I mean, it's not like super, not super aggressive. So I mean, you kind of want to use caution. Is basically what I'm saying. So, trip TBP, okay. VST, okay. So I'm not sure what you mean, but we're gonna have Victory Square. I think we're gonna have them on in about 10 days, and we're gonna have Vahid on. He's gonna bring on. He's really what he's gonna do is he's gonna bring on some of the CEOs of their portfolio companies, like every other week, so you kind of get to have an inside look at really what's inside this thing. I think that'll be very, very interesting. Yes, a trip is looking good. Let's look at that chart. Okay. I want to pull up one more chart here. I'm going to look at the ARK ETF, the ARK Innovation ETF, because again, that is a bellwether here. Short term, yeah, again, if you look at this kind of 1 hour chart, it looks like tomorrow might pop. So tomorrow might be a good day. I mean, but it's again, the market is kind of, it's not, I think it's trying to bottom out here, but it's not looking like super, super aggressive. Actually, it's pretty good, but we've had kind of these fake outs before. So I would be cautious, but it looks, it could go, really, it could go either way. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, this is like, I'm almost sounding like a broken record for the last 2 weeks. Just when things look great, I say, okay, this is it. We've seen the bottom. This is it, and then the next day, it kind of reverses. So, that's what's going on. All right, let's look at some things which are getting some more action here. Okay, so Liquid, formerly Cabin. Cabin looks pretty impressive. They're doing this NFT thing. What is the NFT? The non-fungible tokens, is blockchain stuff. And we're going to have Cabin or Logic. I mean, not Logic. Excuse me. I'm getting these companies mixed up. Liquid Avatar, LQID, not Logic. Okay, Liquid Avatar. I keep thinking of them as Cabin. So Liquid Avatar is going to be on. David is going to be on next week. We're going to get into all the details. This thing actually could have a pretty good run over here. I mean, I think a Liquid Avatar is positioned for a really strong move. Very strong move. So that is something that that you want to do. Okay, Jennifer. Okay, TBP fans. Wow, those 3 stocks are actually looking pretty good. I want to take a look at that relay. The relay, I'm going to show you that chart right now, because that one actually looks pretty like it's going to ready to pop tomorrow. TBP as well. Fans is, again, it's trying to move up, and it's getting these like crosswinds. It's what's happening with fans. We've seen this over and over again. I mean, I think fans is going to again go back to $253 plus, but it's going to be like this kind of grind. So wow, I hope everybody watching actually watched, or if you were on the live stream on Sunday night where we had Calvin, one of our members here, he was talking about how he turned $10,000 into over a million. Although to be with our actually no, so he turned 10 grand into 500 grand with the stocks that we have in our universe, which was CloudMD, Fans, and CBDT. And again, he didn't even get massive moves. He kind of basically had triples. He had like a triple, and he did like a couple of triples back to back, parlayed, and that became 500 grand. And then he put some money into some other stocks. So basically, he doubled from there with other stocks. But if he would have held on to the CBD or Fans, he would have had actually a couple $1 million. Yeah, that he would have done quite well, especially at the peak of CBD. Last peak. I don't think we've seen the peak. I believe CBDT will be going higher. So the market is uncertain. Yeah, the market, the NASDAQ, it's kind of lacking conviction. But yeah, I think it's waiting. I guess, again, I think everybody's kind of waiting for the all clear. It could be what's happening is you have this kind of the vaccine trade, the reopening trade. Basically, everybody's worried that all the stocks that did well, with the Zooms, the Pelotons, everybody who benefited from, the lockdowns or what have you, they're not going to do as well going forward. I don't think that's the case. I think they're actually going to do even better over the long term, because those kind of the cow is out of the barn. Those things are, they're moving forward. But the market kind of is looking for that kind of certainty that everything is going to be okay. And I think we're going to get that probably. It's probably going to take a couple more weeks. It might take maybe April or so. I think the best thing that Joe Biden could do is just keep everybody locked down, keep sending stimulus checks, and keep them day trading at home. That's what we need. So yeah, CBDT. CBDT. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, Fans. Alfred Newman, always good to see a familiar face here. Visby. Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you something. Calvin really, it's interesting. He actually articulated a couple of very, very interesting philosophy. Very interesting philosophy. I mean, not interesting. Basically, he articulated the philosophy really is pretty much that is what you need to be successful in these stocks. And I don't think the guy really has any experience with stocks outside. I mean, it's kind of, he's like an idiot savant. I mean, it's kind of like a natural phenomenon. I mean, it's like I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as a compliment. It's sort of like, almost like a Rain Man, like that movie where just the guy understands. He really understands. He's got internalized like the winning psychology, exactly the winning mindset of what you need to be a successful investor. I'm shocked that the guy's done it. At 20, it usually takes people quite a while to do that. So, this guy could be, I mean, if he becomes a fund manager, I mean, this guy could be very, very successful. I'm sure he's going to probably, I don't think he's taken any big hits yet, which everybody gets punched in the face by the markets at some point. So it's interesting what lessons they take from there, and then they could go on to some pretty impressive success. So I'm looking forward to hearing more from Calvin. I think the guy is got the winning mindset. Let's see here. That is a gift. Yeah. That is. Yeah. It's actually very rare. It's very, very rare. It's like a fluke. It's like a freak of nature. Like LeBron James or whatever. I don't know. The guy plays basketball. This guy understands. Kind of. He doesn't. Again, some people they start drinking the Kool-Aid with a lot of stocks. They get emotionally involved. This guy doesn't, which is very, very important. So yeah, Liquid Avatar is looking very good. Let's see here. Bets. Yeah, we're gonna. I think GazX is actually. This could be a major company. GazX. Listen, watch the interview we had last week with the CEO, Serafino. I mean, this guy. I mean, this guy's. He's had HundredBagger. I mean, this guy produced HundredBaggers. His last company was a HundredBagger in the energy business in Latin America. I believe lightning can strike twice. So let me just, before we get into all the stuff, anybody who's just tuning in, if you're not a member, whatever, click the subscribe button, click the like button, all that good stuff. And if you want to actually join the channel, which is like a slightly higher level in terms of if you want to participate in the chats, like in this chat and like have your message pop up, or if you want to participate in the CEO live chats, you have to be a member. That's $9.99 a month. And also you get to see these videos in the members area, because after we're done with this, we're going to pull it off the public site, the public YouTube, and it's going to go only in the member area because we want to keep these kind of private for members. So that is what you get for $10. And for $99, what you will get is access. That's the platinum level. You're going to get access to the Telegram, the platinum, the 10. I call it TenBagger. It's really supposed to be the HundredBagger Telegram channel. We have 2 Telegram channels. We've got a free channel, which again, if you want to join the free Telegram channel, in the video description, click the it says Wall Street Reporter links, and that'll give you links to our Discord, also the Telegram. For the $99, you kind of get a higher level. You get trading ideas throughout the day on breakouts or whatever's happening. And most importantly, we give the Telegram, the platinum level people, the $99 a month people, the heads up on what is going to be the next new stock that we're going to introduce. And we're probably at this point, we're going to be doing, maybe one new company a month right now. I know last month we had like 2 or 3. Right now the market's a little choppy. So I want to be very, very careful about the companies we bring on now. And I'm only looking, again, for stocks almost like TBP, where they're that flat line chart. They can't go any lower. They've been basically de-risked, and they can have a quick 10x. And I think we actually have one coming up in about a week. It's a stock really in the 20-cent range. So maybe in about 2 weeks, roughly. I want to see I want to get our other stocks kind of moving before we bring on any new companies. But if you do join $99, you get the heads up. So you kind of get it on the ground floor before everybody else, before the mad rush. Because again, I don't want these stocks to pop like we've had in past months where they double in the first day, everybody rushes in, and I don't want that type of volatility. So I think listen, we got a bunch of people now at that platinum level. Try it out. If it's worth it, continue. If it's not, unsubscribe, whatever, but that is what we have over there. Let's see. Okay, yeah. COVID, yeah, the COVID cash. By the way, I was trying to get a cab, not a cab. I was trying to get an Uber and a Lyft from the airport. I think that these checks, I mean, it's really screwing up the whole economy, because you can't get like a Lyft or an Uber. You can't get those. I mean, it's like a half hour. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like a half hour wait. It's crazy because, I think a lot of people are just staying home, getting free money from the government. So let's hope things get back to normal. Which stock? Which stock, Jennifer? Which stock? Oh, fans. That's right. Fans. Exactly. Fans. Yeah, the fans move is not done. I think we're kind of in the 3rd inning, maybe. So yeah, I think we're going to see $3 plus. GazX twice. Yeah, the company is not that well known, which is kind of why we're kind of they've brought in Wall Street Reporter to kind of get more awareness. We got to get things going next week with them. Yeah, he's got Frank Justra on he owns a piece. I mean, you got some heavy hitters in the resource space, billionaires. I mean, serious heavy hitters in the energy space, resource space. Welcome, Sora, new member. Hope you make a lot of money with our stocks, and you get a new Jaguar. Like who's the guy on Discord? We showed that picture. He posted a picture. The guy in Quebec, the French guy. Well, he's a Quebec. I don't know. But he speaks Gilbert. He got a red. I think he's an old guy. I think he's in the 60s. He's got a red Jaguar convertible. It's like looks like it's fully loaded. It's got the blacked out wheels. I think this guy's gonna be. And you see the picture. He's got the picture he posted on our Discord channel. It's the funniest thing. He's got and this the car is like brand new, and it's in Quebec, so there's snow all on the ground. And I think he's gonna be cruising around Montreal picking up chicks in the summer. That is what he's gonna be doing. Shafin, this guy, Shafin, we got to get you that happy ad. This guy, we're gonna make the official ambassador, Shafin. Okay, DMAT. Okay. If you just subscribe to Platinum, here's the thing: if you're a Platinum member, you got to email me because the YouTube doesn't communicate whatever. So with Telegram, so send me an email, jm@wallstreetreporter.com. Give me your YouTube name and whatever, and then we'll send you the link for the Telegram so you can join in. Novamind, I think we're going to have them early next week. I think we're going to see some interesting things happening in the next couple of weeks. I think they're going to hit some news flow. Gilbert, that's the guy. He said he bought, what is he? He made like 500 with some of our, and he bought a brand new Jaguar. And by the way, in Canada, you got to pay. It's not cheap. I think they're like 30% more than in the US. So, but hey, you only live once. So yeah, we're gonna get the new guy. We're gonna get the new guy on next week. Next week is gonna be extremely busy. We're gonna have great companies on next week. Relic, I thought, was an amazing interview today. I think Elisa really, she really kind of gave the case of, why this thing is going to be a massive win. Also, Victory Square, it's End, TBP, Tetra, Prad. He's not been quiet. He's actually been. We're supposed to get him on the live stream just this week. We got stuff going on, so next week he's going to be there. We'll take a look at that chart in just a second. So let me just go to back to the charts. This is what you're all here for. I'm going to rip through some of these charts real quick. Liquid, great position. I mean, this thing is looking bullish. This thing could be one of crazy mover. I mean, again, it's a stock we introduced at 13 cents. I mean, like doubled. I think did it. So we announced it right over here. I think it was 13 cents, and it basically tripled or doubled. I don't know. It went to like 42 cents in 2 days. So is that a 3x? I don't know. My math is a little bit weak. Okay, let's go to another potential massive, not even a 10-bagger. This could be a billion bagger, a million bagger at least. Okay, Tetra Biofarm. Chart. I mean, this thing really has been starting to move right now, and it's really, again, this thing is like coiling. It's coiling. It's getting ready to make a massive move. This thing reminds me so much of CBDT back in November. It's almost like a twin. They're like twins. It's like they both had a massive amount of shares out, like 300 million shares out. They have, they've all had much higher prices in the past. And they got a lot of unhappy shareholders, bag holders, I guess you want to call them if you want to be, not diplomatic, who are in at much higher prices. And look at this. You're getting in. If you're buying it here, you're getting in at the ground floor. This is it. I mean, look at this. You got a double bottom here. I mean, this is it. It's the ground floor. It's already broken the moving average here. Is it? Yeah, it did. Did it break? It did. It's above this long moving average. This long moving average here, 200 period moving average from all the way back in the day. So this stock was $1.25 back 2018, just a few years ago. And again, like a lot of companies, new companies, everybody has high expectations. They think it's going to immediately out of the gate, it's going to be a massive win. And it doesn't work that way. Sometimes it takes a while for these things to develop. Just like Relic, by the way. I mean, Relic also had that thing. And I like those things. I like those. We used to call them, I don't know if people aren't using that word anymore. I haven't heard this word used. Fallen angels. Fallen angels. That's what, you know, they used to call these IPOs, these busted IPOs. I mean, right now we don't see that, but back, you know, I don't know, in the 90s, whatever. It's historically, you have these IPOs that come out. They're all hyped up. Everybody's pumped up. And then the company doesn't deliver as fast. I mean, they do deliver, but they don't deliver as fast as the market expects. Stocks collapse, you know, and they're down like 80%. Everybody gives up. And that's when the smart money comes in, scoops it up, and onwards they go. Let's see. Yeah, so TBP, amazing looking chart, long term. I think we're going to see some crazy action in this. It needs to clear this 25-cent range, 22, 23. It is, you know, there's I think they did that private placement a couple of weeks back. So, you know, you got that, I think it was in the 22-cent range. So, yeah, actually, if you buy it right here, you're buying it at a discount to the last financing, which is a good position to be in. So yeah, this thing is looking impressive. Let me just zoom in on the 1 hour. You have I don't know if it's not quite a head and shoulders, but you have something that basically it's looking for an excuse to run. That is the only way I can describe this chart. It's looking for an excuse to run. Again, you see this pop, this breakout. Again, another breakout. So it's going to do this. The next time it clears 23 cents, after it clears 23, 24 cents, 25 cents, it's game on. It's just got to break out of that 25 range. And this could be a 10, easy 10-bagger. Okay. I have Bitcoin on here because why do I have Bitcoin? Because that is, again, one of the bellwethers of our universe. I haven't talked about Bitcoin the past couple of days. So I do still believe we're going to see 100,000 on Bitcoin. Again, I don't care for Bitcoin, but that is where it's going. Speaking of which, wow, look at this. GBLC, and we're going to have the CEO on next week. So, you know, right now, I think this thing looks like a bullish setup. I mean, looks pretty bullish. This thing looks like it's going to pop tomorrow. So, like we might see a nice run. Yeah, this kind of coiling. There's a lot of action today. Look at this. Pretty interesting. I think, hang on a second. I think we had somebody saying they bought some GBLC. Where did I see this comment here? Yeah, there we go. Michael Mahendra is drinking the champagne. He's got the boat, the tuxedo on also. Michael, where do you get these things? Do you get this on Fiverr? How do you get these icons made? They're great. All right, so he's bought 300,000 at 17 cents, so he's in the money. Yeah. Relay. I'll tell you what. Let me look at Relay. So we got a couple of charts. You know what? We're starting to see right now charts. So far, let's look at this. Liquid is looking bullish for tomorrow. You got GBLC looking bullish for tomorrow. I'm going to look at the Relay real quick because that is one which I saw that a little bit earlier. And I think it's been, this is a stock that's been, has had this big breakout. It's been consolidating. And let's see what's going to happen here. Okay. They're doing the COVID testing at the Pearson Airport in Toronto. And let me tell you something, this COVID testing, again, this is my opinion. This is completely nothing to do with the companies. I think this whole COVID thing is a big scam. It's, I was just speaking with a guy who flew in out of the country into Toronto, and he had to quarantine. He had to take a COVID test. He had to quarantine for 3 days in some. They put him up in some. The government basically forces him because I think he has to go to Vancouver. So he flew to Toronto. They put him into some, like, I don't know, some like a youth hostel or something in a shared room, and he can't leave. He's basically a prisoner. He's locked in. He's got to pay $500 a day. $500. It's Canadian, so it's real money. $500 a day to be locked in a room with somebody, being fed bad food. And the guy, got his negative. I think he got out. I think he might have broken out. I think he might have, like, climbed out of the window with, like, a sheet or something. He's in Vancouver, so let's see what happens. But yeah, so somebody is getting. For a hotel to be charging $500, which is like a $50. Basically, this is a $50 a night hotel, and they got a contract to be charging people $500. So somebody with the government is connected with. There's some massive corruption going on. With all these things. But the bottom line is the COVID testing thing is going to be here to stay. I really believe that. This is going to be, it's a way for the government. Everybody's got their fingers in the pie. So look, you want to ride the wave, right? And Relay is riding the wave. COVID, also testing medical, they got stuff beyond COVID, way beyond. So this is just one of the things. You got to check out the interview. This is looking pretty impressive for tomorrow. I think we've built a nice little base over here. And, you kind of have this flag forming. I'm going to draw this for you here. Should I draw this for you? Yeah, I'll draw this. Let me see if I've been drawing trend lines in a while here, right? So let me do this. There we go. Okay, more or less. Let me go. And then we got one. It's really, this would be more or less. Okay. And okay. So you had a couple of major trend lines, a couple of major resistance lines that it broke out of today. So Relay is technically, it's at a, it's going to be breaking out right here. That's what it looks like right now. Officially, $1, but if you want to get in early, you want to take a shot. I think it is right here is it. So right here is it. Yep, could be. I think eventually it'll just collapse, but it could go to 150,000 or something crazy. We're going to see some crazy things. Okay, that's what's going on there. Those are the coins. They're in those altcoins, whatever they call them, those crazy coins. Okay, Jennifer Zhang. Actually, I went out with a girl named Jennifer Zhang. When you signed up, I thought, is this her? No, no. So Jay-Z is what, so Jay-Z, as in the rapper. Yeah, so TBP, so this might be a pretty good win. I think you might need a little patience here to ride this out as it breaks out. But then it could be pretty impressive. 1 or 2 months. I have a feeling it'll beat a quarter within the next couple of weeks. But once it breaks out of a quarter, it's going to go. It's going to go bazooka. You're going to see 50 cents, 40, 35, 45, 50. Rapid. Once they get once they start getting that momentum, because then you're going to have the FOMO and the FOMO, the MOMO kicking in. Relay will be on next week. RHT. Would love to buy 50 cents. I don't think so. We're going to look at Trip. Let's look at Trip. Yeah. We get things happening here. Okay, so relay. Yeah, that's a very interesting point, actually. Yeah, that really does look like ESC. You know what? Let me look at the ESC. And by the way, you know what's interesting? The ESC. I mean, you've seen what's happened with the ESC. I mean, that stock moves like a go-kart, like on rails. It's like unbelievable. Where is ESE? So ESC again, that move isn't. Yeah, that's right. Well, relay is a little more bullish than it. I mean, the ESC is, it's on the defense right now. It's kind of building ways. It's a little bit weak right now. There's a little bit of weakness here. The move is not done. I think we're going to see much higher prices here. I think this thing is 455 plus. So this thing is not over by any means. It's hanging out here. I mean, look at this. This is a stock that we introduced at 35 cents. Was it 30 cents or something? 35 cents back in December. Does anybody remember this? It was 35 cents when we introduced this. I mean, we've had so many TenBaggers that it's almost like you kind of take it for granted. And by the way, these things are not normal. It's not normal for a stock to be up 1,000% in 4 months or 5,000% in 4 months like CBD. Usually these things take a couple of years, but they're happening so quick right now. Just so you know, at some point it's going to stop. It's not going to be like this. It's going to be like more normal. Like it's going to take a year for a stock to be a 10-bagger. Like it used to back like with Cytodyne and with Nextech. But things are really speeding up right now. So yeah, I would say that 50 cents is definitely in there. Look at this. Oh, whoa, all-inclusive vacation. Dude, whoa, what is there a budget on this vacation? This could be, I mean, this could be $1 million vacation, right? So don't make promises. But no, actually, you don't have to. What I'd like to see when you make 500 grand from these stocks, I want you to buy yourself something. I don't want anything for me. I want you to buy yourself something like something to celebrate the occasion. I mean, don't blow all the money, but I don't know, something meaningful like 50 grand or whatever. I don't know. Buy yourself, I don't know, something crazy. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like this FCO. Yeah. No. Here's the thing. The stocks that we're focusing on a lot. That's the opportunity. Market doesn't know. It really doesn't understand these stocks at all. Like for example, whether it's Relic, whether it's VST, especially. Victory Square, the market does not understand that at all. Yeah, I don't know. The NASDAQ thing, by the way, this NASDAQ stuff is taking a real long time for everybody. I mean, it's like, it's nothing, it's announced, but it's like because they're jammed and, they're really giving, the microcap companies a hard time. Yeah, it's taken quite a while. Even if they're qualified, it's just the way the bureaucracy, all that stuff, to go through the system. Let's see, who should we look at today? Okay, so I showed you the ESC. Let's look at Peak, because since you just mentioned it, Peak is looking good. I mean, this thing is hanging out. It's looking to break out. I mean, Peak, when this thing runs, I mean, I hate to say this because I don't want to sound like a hypester. Got to clear these trend lines. Why are these trend lines here? These I don't know why these trend lines aren't, but yeah, I mean, this thing is just been hanging out for the last 3 months in this range, which is impressive. I mean, again, this is a stock that we introduced at 40 cents in September. No, less than 4. It was 38 cents, I think, or whatever the number was. Back early September. I think it was September 1st or something. So it's up 9x. I have a feeling that when this breaks out of here, it's going to be it could go to $5 or $7. That's what I think is going to happen. The VST assets. Yeah, they're going to get income from the investments they're cashing out of. They got $1.5 million coming in from the warrant exercise that they made. They made $1.5 million on this blockchain warrant. They got the $6 million that they're going to monetize from the VPN sale. So they're going to have plenty of cash. Okay. Everybody wants to talk about TRIP, so let's go to TRIP. It's actually, I think, pretty good shape. The TRIP chart looks a little bit like some of our others. Okay, so yesterday, this chart pattern, forget about today, but okay, so I do this. Okay. How do I close up? I can't make this disappear. Yeah, but the pattern, yes. I mean, if you saw what the pattern from yesterday, I mean, this thing looked like it could have exploded. Really beautiful pattern. Today had like a little bit of a, I don't know, uncertainty maybe. I think the market right now is, especially in the micro caps, people are very uncertain about things. So things are not moving with high conviction where they're just running. Things are kind of like, people, it's sort of like, you ever see like a herd of animals or like fish? It's like a school of fish. They're all going in one direction, and then they all change. It's like the school of fish or birds. They're flying. One goes, and then everybody changes direction like that, and then it doesn't make any sense. So this thing actually is looking pretty good. I mean, looks like a kind of a head and shoulders bottom happening here. And I think if we break out of this 40 cents, it's gonna be running. So I'm expecting some news. I'm looking for some news to come from this. But this thing is gonna be very interesting. Big generation, yeah. I mean, basically, the Fed is really what's keeping this market going, right? So don't fight the Fed that's the old expression. Do not fight the Fed. You got to go with the tide. Silver Daddy Pete, 100 million ounces of silver. We're going to find out. Let's find out. Okay. Let's get Pete on next week. He'll be on. Get your questions answered. Okay, bets. Another gaming sports betting stock. I think this is going to be a big winner this year, and a big position in India. Massive opportunity there. So again, what we introduced this at, I don't know, was it 48, 50 cents somewhere here? It had a big pop, pull back the last couple of weeks. 2 days ago, what is it, Monday? It looked like it was going to, this beautiful key reversal pattern looked like it was going to break out. And, Tuesday, Wednesday, it went, it failed. We're seeing this type of thing happen. I mean, it's very frustrating. I mean, because I put out platinum members on Telegram when things are breaking out, and they start running, and then an hour later they reverse. So it's really, I apologize. I'm just, there's nothing I can do about it. I can tell you when things look like they're about to run and they start running, but then all of a sudden they fade out. So market it lacks conviction in a lot of these things. But so I think it's once so you got 73 cents as your once it breaks out of there, you're going to see higher prices. It looks, again, we could be a head and shoulders pattern here. Head and shoulders bottom, I should say. The bottom, meaning it's going up. Okay, so logic just hanging out, marking time. It has moved up though. So again, this is the thing I'm talking about. You had this kind of breakout right over here. We were all over on Telegram saying this thing's out. So yeah, you got the alerts at 650, 7. So you could have made $1, and then it's been kind of fading out here. But but it hasn't collapsed. It's just kind of pulling back a little bit of certainty. And once we get that, it's going to run. $40 is my target, personal target on logic. Peak, I showed you SAG. Again, another big winner. Chart is looking, it's looking ugly actually today. I don't know what is going on here. This doesn't make any sense to me. It's kind of, it's touching the key support right here. This $1.20 area, yeah, it's looking to I think maybe it just needs to build up. The fundamentals are unbelievable for this company. They got institutions coming in. I don't understand it. Get it? I don't get it at all. All right, so if you're just joining in for the first time, you're not our. Click the subscribe button, the like button, all that good stuff. Make sure you join a free Telegram channel. At least you get that. That's free. You can be a subscriber to the channel. Want the premium stuff? It starts at the $9.99 a month or whatever. And again, we're looking at 100 baggers. And with that said, nothing here is to buy or sell securities. No. I'm not. No, it's. I'm in the process of like moving, packing. Yes, that is. I think in the next 2 months, we're going to see much higher prices. They got to kind of bottom out. I think we're going to see that happening over the next couple of weeks. In May, that's interesting. Oh, look at this. Yeah, May. I think by late April, late May, so 6 to 8 weeks out, we're going to see stop. Oh yeah, they got a great chairman. I mean, this is like an institutional story. It's crazy. This should be like a $5 stock right now. Yeah, when they start doing the dividends, that'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting. I think once they start doing the share dividends, all that good stuff, investors are going to like that, and that's going to make this like a cult stock. Mark my words, you heard it here first. If Victory Square starts doing the share dividends, the spin outs, whatever, or the companies in their portfolio, that's going to become a cult stock. It's going to be huge. TenBagger, plus. Okay, let me just pull up one more thing here. Okay. And if you want to join the free Telegram channel, click the video description link below. For our links page, Wall Street Reporter links, it'll give you access to the free Telegram, where you get a lot of news throughout the day. Fans. Wow. What's new? I mean, this thing is, again, just when a stock looks like it's this fans movie over and over. it looks like it's breaking out. It breaks out, then it pulls back, and then it hangs out. Then it goes higher. So it's doing the fans thing. We're going to see much higher prices. Let me look at the close-up chart. Yeah, it's pretty good. So the fans, it's kind of the short term doesn't look great, but you know this thing has got a mind of its own. So yeah, I'm bullish on this long term. HAPB. What is going on with HAPB? This should be like a $10 stock, and why is it not? Again, Monday pattern here on Monday, extremely bullish, and I Telegram this HAPB looks like it's about to explode. Sure enough, Tuesday it opens there and goes straight down. And today it's just been this thing has just been getting hammered here. I don't get it, but you know that's the market. But I think we got a bottom here. This is kind of like a bottom forming here. I don't see this HAPB going any lower here. And we'll have them on next week, so it should be very interesting. FCO, another one that's been a little bit frustrating. Yeah, got a kind of a, you know, it's been in the defense. I think we got you got a bottom. It's closed. I think it closed the gap. So it's just hanging out here. I think it's looking for, you know, it's kind of looking for direction, but it is ready to pop. Yeah, I think this thing is really, it's looking for an excuse to go higher is what's happening right now. It's just kind of hanging out here. And when it does, it could be pretty significant. Visby, again, a stock I think is going to do exceptionally well. It's a stock that we introduced at 15 cents. I think it was 15 cents back in November, all the way back over here, 15 cents. It went to, was it 92 cents at the recent high? It's had a pullback, but it's been hanging out. It's, you know, it's impressive when these stocks have a big that and they still, you know, they're still hanging out. That's good. He will be back. You know, my opinion on reverse splits is I don't like them. There's old theory on Wall Street. Stocks always go back to the direction they started from. You know, if you have was, you know, like Tesla, they do a split. I don't know, it was 500. When was it? 5 split. They did the split. I think it was a 1 for 2 when the shares were 250 back to, you know. So when it was a reverse split, it goes. And so but unless I would say the caveat is unless they really have very positive, it's a great thing, and they're doing it to, let's say, get on NASDAQ, something like that, you know. Here, VST. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly it. Yeah, of course, he's going to be back. Let's see. VST. I VST chart now. CBDT. We're going to save CBD. Everybody's waiting. CBDT. We're going to save that for last. Okay, this guy bought the 28,000 game on. That'd be very interesting. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look at fans. I looked at Visby. Okay. SAG. Relay looking good for tomorrow. Okay, let me just pull up a VST. Oh, yeah, I don't think I did. Yeah, so VST, I mean, today this thing looked like it was going to be breaking out. I mean, and again, we put out a thing on Telegram. We had the same thing about a week ago over here, this same type of pattern. Today's move was crazy. It's almost like fans, you know, it makes this big breakout, then it pulls back. You know, I think there's so many people, I think Yeah, look at this. The short term is looking amazing. I mean, this is a beautiful setup for tomorrow. Of course, having said that, you know what's going to do the opposite. But no, this does look like an amazing, amazing setup for tomorrow. Like this thing looks like it just wants to go to, $3, like right at the opening bell. Yeah, VST. Watch this stock. It's going to be incredible here. See. All right, let me pull that up. So again, we got the short-term chart. I don't know why this stock is. I mean, yesterday it looked like again. This is like I'm like a broker. Had a breakout day, right? 70 cents, and this kind of breakout failed. So that is going on. The market is, but it's actually for tomorrow a good spot. Look, you're above the moving average here, 200 period moving average. So it's actually bullish. You got kind of this head and shoulders bottom. Let's see what happens. Again, Relic is good here. Let's see. CRVC right now. There's again not a lot going on. It's kind of been bottoming out. The gold, and they're waiting for. I mean, I don't think anything's going to happen with this stock until they start drilling or doing something. So let's see here. We got CBDT. Okay. CBDT. What is going on with CBDT? I wish I could tell you. I'm confused. I am confused by what is going on with the chart on CBDT. Just when it looks like it's going to go up, lately it's been flaking out here. Okay, let's dive into the CBDT chart. Again, broken record here. Monday, beautiful chart pattern. I mean, the Monday chart setup at $1 looked like it would go straight to $1.50. I mean, Sunday night, I talked about this on Sunday night with Calvin, right? I looked at that chart. I said, hey, this thing is going to have this thing looks like it's about to explode. Well, it just went up a little bit, decent volume, and then it tapered off. You know what's interesting, though? Look at this. If you notice, the drop has been on much smaller volume. The volume today on the sell-off has been pretty low. It's been on higher volume. So I think that's pretty bullish. This thing is for a little bit of direction here. I think we're going to see. I really think we're going to see this thing test the old highs. I think we're going to see this thing test the old highs. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, I think we're going to see 250 on the stock pretty quick. Yeah, it's look again. It's kind of down this. It's looking for an excuse to run. It's looking for an excuse to run. So yeah, that is the deal. A VST, say, or you want to put also a VST on that list. Liquid GBLC VST relay. Look, or your winning stocks for tomorrow. CRVC have been buying. Yeah. I mean, it's cheap. They know. I mean, this thing is what the market cap now is what $2 million or something. I mean, they're okay. Chuck, welcome to. Welcome. $5K to invest in what? I can't tell you that because recommendation. And if I tell you which stocks, then if I tell you, let's say I tell you fans, then I'm going to from I don't know, from somebody else say, hey, how come you didn't say my stock is so I do tell you though which charts look great and which charts are like not that great right now. So our charts right now are actually either looking pretty good, like we have a few, here's the thing, like some periods we have everything is looking great. Right now we have a handful that are looking pretty good for the next few days, like short term, very good. And a bunch are like neutral kind of. Long term, they're all actually in uptrends, but they've had retracements. So yeah, GazX, Gaz GazX this is gonna be they're building a serious company. I mean, these guys, this is gonna be like I think they took hundreds of millions of dollars in revenues, but it's not a tech stock. It's not going to be like I mean, they're essentially. I think the CEO, if you listen to, this is going to be a dividend paying stock once they start, production and everything. That's kind of this is going to be more of a mature type of stock once they get into that production. But again, this could run pretty big. So it's looking, it's broke out of this downtrend. It's kind of looking. This thing is like I think it's looking to build a new uptrend. So that's what's going on with this. Yeah, so that is the deal. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. I can get time for only one more, and then we'll have the rest for the next couple of days. Delic. Again, this is a very new chart. Not that's all. This chart is only like sold, so it's kind of like FCO was. So you got the base here. We introduced this what price? Somewhere, I think was it early February? So you had a run up, and then it's been kind of consolidated. I don't want to say it's been consolidating. It's been selling off. It's been retracing. Okay, this is what it's been doing, and yeah, I'm kind of surprised. But you know what? Yeah, I'll tell you, our biggest winners all been stocks. Right after we announced them, they all like kind of were hibernating for maybe a month or two. That's fans. That's CBDT was hibernating for a month. Yeah, there you go. So that's the deal there. Okay. I think we covered most of everything. I covered all the moving stocks pretty much. So we'll be back Sunday night, I think. Maybe earlier. We'll see. And we'll go through what's exciting for next week. But yeah, I think for tomorrow, keep an eye on Liquid, GBLC, Victory Square, Relay, RELA. Those are the ones that are looking really strong tomorrow. So again, thank you everybody for joining today's live stream. Thank you to all our new members, including Chuck. Was it I think Sora? Who else we have? A couple of new people joined today, and the Penny Stock Billionaires Club. Let's. I'm looking to have more success stories like we had with. And by the way, Calvin is just one example. There's actually a couple of guys who have made a couple $1 million. They started, I think, with 50 grand, somewhere in that range. Calvin started with 10, but the guys who made the real money held on. I mean, Calvin was in and out for that triple, 3x, 4x, and that's it. He's on to the next thing. He's got no patience. The guys who made the big money, again, they've held on for the 10x, the 50x. I mean, CBDT went up 50x. I mean, if you put in 50 grand into that stock or 10 grand and you held on, that would have been great. So there's a bunch of people. I see stuff all the time. I get emails. People made a ton of money with these stocks. And I tell you what, I think we're going to see more even bigger wins in the coming months, right after we kind of get through this kind of lull in the market. So that said, I'll see you in the next one, and stay liquid.